Alright, welcome back to the Somnium Files. I've actually kind of taken quite a long break from this game. Also, I apologize in advance if the audio sounds a little strange. I'm testing something new here, and actually about like 2 feet away from my head right now, there's an air conditioner blasting really loud, so if you can't hear that, then the thing that I'm testing is working properly, and that's good. But if you can, then I apologize. It's just something we're gonna have to deal with. So, last time a whole lot of crazy bad shit happened, and I don't even know where to begin, but I guess we're just gonna get right back into things. So first we've got this door here. Yeah, it's a door. And was there anything else I didn't examine last time? Alright. The boss is sitting in front of me. Okay. I'm gonna need to kind of refresh my memory a bit here, because it's been a while since I last recorded anything, but let's see here. What about the polar bear costume? I remember from the flashback, I went back and looked at the last few minutes of the previous episode and stuff. I remember we had just found Ota in the his body in the polar bear costume. So let's see what that's about.
犯人が白熊の着ぐるみを着用していたのは、おそらく自分の正体を隠すため。無理心中が目的なら、そんなものを着る必要はないだろう。
Oh, right. Yeah, she's trying to push it as like a murder-suicide thing. Whereas we're saying like, no, that makes no sense. Like, there's no way that would go about this way. Like, maybe they had some kind of plan together and they were in cahoots to some extent, but I don't think that was their plan. So, Oda had no incentive to kill Renju. Like, even if we took this as a part of a thing, that doesn't mean that Ota's somehow responsible for the other killings.
オータはこう考えたのかもしれないわ。自分がイリスと交際できないのは、事務所がタレントの恋愛を禁止してるからだ。
Okay, but what about Renju's wife or ex-wife?
つまり諸悪の根源はレムニスの社長沖浦にあると。
Like, Ota only had a very tangential connection to the first victim.
水木は太田の仲のいい友人だ。そいつの父親を太田が殺すと思うか?
Yeah, he also had no incentive to kill Shoko.
翔子と沖浦は結婚していた。翔子を殺せば沖浦を苦しめられると思ったのかも。
I mean...
こじつけもいいところだ。二人はとっくの昔に離婚してるんだぞ。
Yeah.
そのことは水木から聞いて、太田も知ってたはずだ。
So, what about his behavior during the video?
アセトンちゃんは僕が守る。
例の配信動画。太田は一度、その映像の中に姿を見せている。イリスを殺して、自分も死ぬつもりだったなら、どうしてわざわざそんなことを。例えば、太田に自殺の意図がなかったんなら、この行動にも説明がつく。自分は犯人ではない。白熊とは別人である。
Yeah, it makes no sense if he was gonna end up being found in that polar bear costume later anyway. it would defeat the entire purpose of whatever setup is going on here. So
そのことを示すための偽装工作だと解釈できるからだ。
じゃあ最初は死ぬつもりはなかったのかも。イリスを殺した後で心変わりしたとか。
で、切断機のスイッチを入れて自ら作業台の上に横たわったっていうのか。どう考えても不自然だろ
う。私の方からも補足事項を伝えておこう。捜査の報告書を確認して分かったんだが、どうやら太田の脇腹には包丁のようなもので刺された傷跡があったらしい。
本当か？
間違いない。
So Ota was stabbed by his mother? Because we know of a knife from the previous route. But then again, maybe she just dropped it and then the real killer came and picked it up. I told the
その
boss
件
what
なら
I've
私も知っ
found.
てるわ。
だったらどうして？
太田が自分で刺したのかもしれないじゃない。
Why would he do that though? Like, this is such a stretch.
最初はそうして死のうと思ったけど、死にきれなかったから切断機の前に。
Yeah, because that's the go-to that you would use there. Not just stab yourself again or something.
もしもそうなら現場に包丁が残ってるはずだが。
And then there's that, of course.
海に捨てたのかも。
ボス、本気で言ってるのか？
This is all after he stabbed himself. Okay.
太田は一度港に出て自分の脇腹を包丁で刺し、その包丁を海に捨ててから冷凍倉庫に戻ったと？
There would have been blood everywhere. We would have been able to see the trail leading from outside into the warehouse.
まあ本気じゃないけどね。
Yeah, sure.
っていうか別に私太田が犯人だなんて最初から思ってなかったし。
I think she thinks it was someone that she doesn't want to say to us. Possibly someone who we know very well.
今のはただ捜査本部の考えを代弁しただけで。
Possibly someone in this very room. Somehow.
本当かよ。
うん、ほんとほんと。
とにかく太田は誰も殺してなんかいないし、自ら命を絶ったわけでもない。
Actually, she might not think it's Date, but I think that she just wants to get Date off this case because, I don't know, I feel like she thinks it might be like resurfacing some things that maybe she would prefer it did, or something like that.
自然に考えればこうだ。
アセトンちゃんは僕が守る。
太田はイリスがさらわれたことを知り、現場に駆けつけた。そこで白熊の着ぐるみを着た犯人を発見。そいつを倒そうとしたが返り討ちにあって脇腹を刺されてしまった。
Okay, so why is it showing us the crane there?
負傷した太田にもはや反撃の力は残されていなかった。犯人のなすがままに着ぐるみを着せられ作業台の上に。そして
じゃあ犯人は一体誰なのよ。
Well, right now the only suspects we have that I'm really thinking of are number one, So, and number two, hold on. What was her name? Hitomi? Yeah. Either her or So are the two suspects that I'm thinking of right now. I don't know how Hitomi would have anything to do with what's going on here, but she kind of lines up with some other things that have happened. So, I don't know, I'm kind of thinking of her in the back of my mind. But then we've also got So, who's kind of wrapped up in this as well. I think that So definitely was probably at the warehouse at some point. But I don't know. like I said, it's been a while, so some of the details of like who was where in what route has kind of, it's kind of a little foggy right now, but it'll come back to me as things start happening again.
それが分かれば苦労はしない。
犠牲者の数は合計で4人。だけどオータは事件に巻き込まれちゃったわけだから、サイクロプスのターゲットには含まれてなかったはず。
Yeah, that's true. He didn't have his eye pulled out. So that could mean that he was killed by someone else. It's not the same person who killed Ota and Iris.
ああ、あいつだけ左目を抜き取られてなかったしな。
すると残るは3人。翔子、沖浦、イリス。この3人と接点があるのは誰？
The only thing that really connects them is, well, there's a couple things. There's, Lemniscate, and then there's the Mafia, and so, yeah. But I don't think, Shoko had that strong of a connection to Lemniscate.
接点？
被害者の接点をたどれば容疑者につながる。捜査のセオリーでしょ？
つまりそいつが今回のサイクロプスだと。
Well, yeah, he's not just picking up random victims. These victims are clearly connected in some way, so...
わからないけど、犯人を考える上での一つの取っかかりにはなると思うわ。
Anything else? No, doesn't look like there's anything else around here worth looking at. Right, so there's Moma Kumakura, who is one of the connections. That's the mafia I was talking about. There's Iris's mother, Hitomi. I don't think she has much of a connection to Shoko. She might have a bit of a connection to Renju, I guess, but... And I think she might have a connection to Ota as well. I'm not sure, though. No, it's Mizuki who she has a connection to. I believe that Hitomi is Mizuki's teacher. Then we've got Ota's mother, Mayumi. She doesn't have a... Yeah, she doesn't have really a connection to Renju or Shoko, I don't think. So... And then we've got Mizuki, who is actually connected to pretty much all the victims. Yeah, actually, yeah, she is connected to all the victims. So I think, we'll start with Ota's mother, Mayumi, here. I know that she's not connected to anybody, but...
マユミにはイリスと沖浦を殺害する動機は一応ある。
Yeah.
マユミはイリスのことを恨んでるようだったし、レムニスのこともよく思ってなかったみたいだ。
She has zero ties to Shoko, though.
当然レムニスの社長である沖浦のことも。だが、沖浦の元妻である翔子に対してまで殺意を抱いていたとは考えにくい。そして何よりも、マユミが溺愛していた実の息子を殺すなんて。
Actually, come to think of it, what if Hitomi is actually the culprit and her motive is Mizuki? Because Mizuki is the one who is, like, being caused to suffer by all these people, right? Well, I don't know. I don't know about Iris and Ota. I don't think she was really... or they were really making her suffer at all. But I think, like, from a teacher's perspective, her parents probably made her suffer, so that was one thing. I don't know. We could take a look at Mama Kumakura here.
熊倉組と沖浦、翔子とはつながりがあったようだ。だが、イリスとは何の関係もないように思える。
Well, I'm not so sure about that. There's just no connection that we're aware of, but I could totally see it as a realistic possibility. Right, okay, yeah, that we would go there next, but let's take a look at Mizuki.
犠牲者3人との結びつきが最も強いのは 水木だ。翔子と沖浦は両親だし、イリスとは親友の関係にある。さらにもう一つ付け加えておくと、太田とも親しい間柄に。
But we obviously know that she didn't do it, unless this game is just gonna go like full on, I don't know, just unbelievable. We already had her take on like an entire mafia, so I don't know.
が、だからこそ、水木があの4人を殺すとは考えられない。
Yeah, it's true also. She has no motive there, really. Like, she's good friends with, or at least she looks towards all of them relatively favorably.
そもそも、容疑者候補に入れること自体、馬鹿げている。確かに、瞳と沖浦には接点がある。高校時代の同級生だったとか。
Okay, I forgot that little detail.
さらに翔子とも2回だけだが会ったことがあると言っていた。
That I did not know.
だが、瞳が実の娘であるイリ
Or
ス
at
の
least
こと
I
を
forgot
あん
that
な
as
むご
well.
たらしいやり方で殺すだろうか。
Yeah, her own daughter? There's no way, right?
何がどう間違っても絶対にありえない。
And then we've got So Sejima. I think he's a pretty strong possibility here.
瀬島と沖浦、翔子。熊倉組を中継地点として経由するなら、両者の間には間接的なつながりがあったと言えないこともない。
There's a connection to Iris through the Somnium that we looked at, but I don't know how strong that connection is or how much it meant.
しかしながら、やはりイリスとは何の接点も見当たらず。
There is me as well, but, or rather Date, but I don't know. I don't think, like, he has a connection to Renju, obviously, and Shoko. More Renju than Shoko, but definitely Renju. And he has a connection to, well, no, I don't think he really had much of a connection at all to Iris before this began. I don't know.
確かに俺は沖浦のことも翔子のことも知っている。
I like how he's like considering himself as a potential suspect in all this as well. Like,
イリスともひとまず面識はあるということになるだろう。
but we should have memory of not doing it, right? So that should rule us out, I would expect.
だが俺にはアリバイがある。
Ah, okay. There we go.
翔子のことはともかくとして、沖浦、イリス、太田の3人は殺害できない。いや、もちろん翔子だってそうだ。言うまでもなく、俺には翔子を殺した記憶はない。俺が失っているのは6年前よりも過去の記憶だけで、ここ最近のことはしっかりと覚えてる。
Yeah. So, I think we can kind of safely rule that out for now. Like, we're pretty sure that Tate is not the current killer, at least. Doesn't mean that he wasn't the original, but...
って自分で自分を疑うのもどうかしてるが。
だって、一応フォローしといてやるか。お前が2代目のサイクロプスである可能性はゼロだ。
Alright, well, there we go. I trust that, I hear.
私は常にお前と行動を共にしてきた。よって、お前が無実であることは、誰よりも一番私がよく知っている。
ボス、いろいろと考えてみたんだが、どうやら俺が知ってる人物の中には、容疑者になりそうな奴はいないみたいだ。
まだ手がかりが足りないってことね。
That's not quite true. There's So Sejima. We could try and explore to see if he had some connection to Iris.
そうなるな。
だったら伊達くん、あなたがやるべきことは一つよ。
There's also something from the other route that he doesn't know about, which is the knife, which most likely came from Mayumi.
捜査を継続して、何が何でも星を挙げるの。殺された彼らの無念を晴らすために。
そうだな。わかったよ。
Alright. I don't want to go there just yet, so let's start at Marble and work our way up.
大丈夫？
ん？
夕べのことよ。ああ、夕べっていうか、午前。
事件のことを知ってるのか？
そりゃね。どのチャンネルをつけても報道特番ばっかりだし。
Right, yeah. I guess everybody would know about it by now.
死人みたいな顔。一杯飲んだら？
俺が欲しいのは蒸留酒じゃない。情報なんだ。何か知らないか？
そうね。ただの勘でよければ。
聞かせてくれ。
Alright. Time to re-examine this entire place again. Of course, there's not going to be anything. But, you know, just always have to scratch the itch, so to speak. As long as there are green things on the screen, I cannot rest. Nope, table. Almost missed that one. We've got the counter. And refrigerator. Radio. Anything else? I think that's everything. Alright, then we've got Mama herself. She's polishing the dried bonito. Information about the incident. Let's see what you know. Or your intuition, as you put it.
今回の事件、なんとなくだけど、熊倉組が絡んでるような気がするのよね。ほら、前に言ったでしょ。レンちゃんと熊倉組には関係があったって。レンちゃんの別れた奥さん、灘見翔子も同じ。
But we need to figure out what their relationship with Iris is, if anything.
知ってると思うけど、彼女も熊倉組と繋がってたみたいで。
What if it's something like maybe Iris and Ota were doing their own independent investigation into these murders, and they happened to stumble upon something they shouldn't have, and they ended up getting silenced because of it or something.
要するに被害者のうち2人に熊倉組との接点があった。だから事件にも熊倉組が関わってるんじゃないか。そういう。
2人じゃなくて3人よ。
3人？もしかしてイリスのことか？
Okay, so what's her connection?
そっちじゃなくて少年の方。
Oh?
ゆうべここに来て私が留守番を頼んだ。
太田か？
さあ、松下食堂の太田くん。彼の方には熊倉組との接点が。
How is Oda related to the Kumakuras? It's kind of foggy right now. I'm trying to remember. Wasn't there something about their diner, like, owing money or something, and the mafia coming to shake them down? Maybe that was the Kumakuras? I could just be completely making that up, though. I can't remember.
こんな噂があるの知らないかしら？
Mama told me a similar story to Aiba's, about So Sejima and the Kabasaki district. Basic idea is this. 8 years ago, So sold his land to the Kabasaki district for 30 billion yen. Half a year later, an explosion at the chemical plant caused the land prices to drop drastically. So bought the land back for 1 billion yen. Almost like he knew beforehand that the accident would happen. So blow it up, or conspire to blow it up. No, that wouldn't make any sense. So wouldn't gain anything from that. He would end up with 29 billion in cash, 1 billion in land. It's a net zero. But there's more to the story. About So in the Kawasaki district.
熊倉組はね、関連の不動産会社をいくつも持ってるの。それぞれ独立した会社に見えるけど、裏で牛耳ってるのは熊倉組。今ここでは仮にそれらの不動産会社を経営連合って呼ぶことにするわね。その経営連合も瀬島と同じように買ってるのよ。川崎地区の土地を丸ごとごっそり。
Okay, so it seems like whatever plan was going on, they were in on it with him.
さて、ひとまず経営連合の話は置いといて、瀬島の話に戻るわね。川崎地区カジノタウン化計画って聞いたことあるでしょ？
I feel like that I'm vaguely familiar with that, but
この計画を最初に立案した人物こそが何を隠そう瀬島なのよ。
私は生まれも育ちも川崎です。かつての川崎の風景を、大地を私は心から愛していました。ところが今の川崎はどうでしょう。テレビで惨状を見るにつけ、私の心は切り刻まれるように痛むのです。私は何としてでも川崎地区を復興させたい。そのための足がかりとしてカジノタウン化計画が必要なのです。
その後の瀬島の動きは早かったわ。関係各局に根回しした上で関連法案を国会に提出。法案は速やかに可決され、政府主導の下で計画は推進されることになった。
かくして川崎地区の除染作業は急ピッチで進められることになった。現時点ではまだ正式には立ち入り禁止の指定は解除されていない。だが除染自体はほぼ終わり、今は人体に影響のないレベルにまで汚染濃度は下がっている。
今後計画が順調に進めば川崎地区の土地の価格が急騰するのは間違いないわ。経営連合が二足三門で手に入れた土地がね。瀬島も同じよ。うまくいけばたった10億で買い戻した自分の土地が将来的には数十倍の価値を生むこと。
she really knows a lot about this for some reason.
結果的には両者とも濡れ手で泡のボロ儲けってわけか。
About So in the Kawasaki district.
だから噂ではこんな風に言われてるの。化学工場は実は事故で爆発したんじゃなくて故意に爆破されたんじゃないかって。
I've got a lot of theories floating in my mind right now about what that might have been about, but none of them are really like concrete in any way. I can't really put them into words. I just have a vague, just kind of like vague misgivings.
首謀者は瀬島と熊倉組。
でも証拠はないのよね。ただの噂話だと一周されてしまえばそれまでよ。で、何の話だったっけ？
太田と熊倉組の関係についてだ。
ああ、そうそう。
Oh yeah, you never did get to their connection.
太田くんの家、松下食堂って川崎地区の近くにあるそうじゃない？
So have they been trying to buy it then?
爆発事故の影響、もろに受けたと思うのよね。客足は途絶えて、売り上げは減り、今はもう潰れちゃってたとしても不思議じゃないの。だとすると、太田くんはきっと恨んでるはず。
I guess.
事故を起こした人間は それが恋に起こされたものだとするならなおさら。というわけで太田君と熊倉組怨恨の線でつながってるんじゃないかって思ったのね。
That kind of assumes that Ota would have to know about the Kumakuras and all that stuff that you just talked about. Which I'm sure there are probably rumors like circulating online and stuff about all that, but I don't know. He's probably heard all that, but I don't know. I'm just not 100% sold yet. Alright, well, that was unexpectedly fruitful, so let's say goodbye.
ママ、ありがとう。今の話が事件の解明につながるかどうかはわからないが。
無駄だったかしら。
Well, it wasn't a complete waste.
そんなことはない。参考になったよ。
そう。少しでも役に立てばいいんだけど。
じゃあ俺はこれで。
またいつでも来て。
Alright, so now I guess we'll head to the Sagan residence. This is Iris' house. Wonder if Hitomi's gonna be there. When I visited the Sagan household, I found Hitomi with a hollow look in her eyes. Yeah. She let me in and asked me to sit on the sofa. I agreed and sat down. But after that, I couldn't say a single word. The heavy silence weighed on both of us. You know what? For some reason, I think this mysterious object might come into play at some point. I don't know why or how, but I just get the feeling that it might. It's just too strange and like, conspicuous, I guess. Then again, maybe it was only there for, like, to spice up the initial, like, Somnium that we had at the beginning of the game. So far, nothing interesting. Oh, there we go. We've got a picture there. Who is that? One of those is her mother. One of those is... Iris, I guess. And the other is... her father? Let me just double check something again. Date is 30. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it really lines up. Yeah, okay. So I was thinking maybe, like, Date might have actually been, schoolmates with, Hitomi and, Renju at some point as well, maybe? In his, like, lost memory, but I don't think that's the case. He's 7 years younger than them, so... Although that doesn't mean that necessarily, Date and, Hitomi might not have been, like, romantically involved at some point after the fact. Who knows? Kumakura Estates, the name Mama gave to the real estate companies under the Kumakura umbrella. So I'm guessing they're not actually called that, she just made that name up. Is there something else? Oh, the Kabasaki district, right. So Sejima currently resides in Azabu. However, he is currently not running for office in the Minato district, where Azabu is located, but instead in the Kabasaki district, where he was born and raised. Candidates are allowed to run for any constituency, regardless of where they live. Interesting. I mean, it's not unusual as well in other countries either.
Ayame no hanakotoba wa yoki shirase to kibou. なので、今朝起きてあの花を見たとき、何かいいことが起こるような気がして。
イリス。
The winter iris is blooming. Well, at least one iris is doing okay. Let's see. Alright. I think that's just about everything. There's that speaker system that had the horrible pun earlier. Alright. So, let's try to say something to her, eh? Let's not talk about Iris right away. Let's try talking about Ota.
オータ君は私の教え子だったんです。
Well, there's a slight connection.
彼が小学生の頃受け持ったことがあって。警察の方から伺いました。オータ君はイリスを助けようとして。
That's what it seems like.
何と言っていいのか言葉が見つかりません。
About Iris. Let's go with that before asking her for information.
イリスは私のすべてでした。どこに行くときも私たちはいつも一緒でした。洋服を買いに行くときも映画を見に行くときも散歩するときも近所のスーパーへ買い物に行くときもよちよち歩きの頃は私の指を一本だけ掴んで私の隣を歩いていました。手のひらが小さすぎてそれが2本になり3本になりようやく手のひらが握れるようになってやがて私の手を離れていきました。でも最近は腕を組むようになったんですよ。いつまで経っても。この部屋のあちこちにあの子の思い出が刻まれています。赤ん坊の頃このソファーから転がり落ちて大泣きしたこと ビリビリに破かれた絵本のページ、窓ガラスに残されたクレヨンの跡、母の日に描いてくれた私の似顔絵、床の傷、欠けたお皿、テーブルの焦げ跡、クッションのシミ、目に映るもののすべてに。なのにどうして。
Yeah, I mean, there's not much we can say to that, fortunately. Well, let's do our job.
ひとみさん、私にできるのは事件を解決すること、それだけです。何か手がかりになりそうなことをご存知ないですか？
こんなことが手がかりになるかどうかわかりませんが。
構いません。教えてください。
私、前にこう言いましたよね。沖浦くんの奥さん、翔子さんとは2回だけ会ったことがあるって。
Well, I mean, I'm glad for the reminder, at least, because I didn't remember that originally.
1度目は2人の結婚式で、2度目はほんの1月ほど前。場所は刑務所の面会人待合室だったんです。
刑務所？
実は以前親しくしていた知人が服役していて。
When we were younger.
それで私、年に何度か面会のためにその刑務所を訪れてるんです。そこで偶然翔子さんの姿を見かけて。
Maybe the person who went to prison for becoming the Cyclops killer?
向こうは気づかなかったみたいですけど、私の方は横顔を見てピンときました。沖浦くんの奥さんだって。翔子さんも私と同じで受刑者の面会に来てたみたいでした。
その受刑者というのは？
さあ、そこまでは話したわけではないですし。
どこの刑務所ですか？
東京都の府中刑務所です。
I mean, I guess we could maybe go there.
府中
刑務所？
Unless Date here knows something I don't.
失礼しました。こんな時にお邪魔してしまって。では私はこれで。
私、どうしていいかわからないんです。あの子のことを思うと。伊達さん、必ず犯人を捕まえてください。お願いします。お願いします。
わかりました。必ず。
Well, I don't think she's faking it right now. We'll see. Mizuki is curled up on the sofa. She looked like a small animal frightened by a predator. There's the adder rabbit. I gave it to Mizuki on her birthday. Okay, well, it doesn't seem like there's much going on here. Mizuki's favorite metal pipe that she has for some reason. I'm also trying to remember back. There was that one flashback, or not flashback, but just after the first Somnium in Date's memories, there was that person who was wearing like a brown jacket or something, and I think that kind of looked like the person in that drawing of Iris's, so it could be that person as well. My clothes and Mitsugi's clothes hanging on the rack. I think that's just about everything. Alright, let's talk to Mizuki. I think that's actually everything now. Oh wait, no, we got a cushion as well. And the sofa. And now we've actually looked at everything. Okay. Mizuki is staring at the floor. About Okioda Fishery Cold Storage Warehouse. Nothing, huh? What about Ota? And Iris? Yeah.
どうやら水木は知ってるみたいだな。イリスやオータの身に何があったのか。
I mean, it's all over the news, so.
当たり前だ。あの光景はネット配信されていたんだし、しかも国内だけではなく、世界中の各地で。3日前、水木は変わり果てた母親の姿を目撃した。2日前には父親の姿を。そして今日の未明、2人の友達が惨殺されたことを水木は知った。
Well, at least she didn't have to personally witness it this time, but that's a very, very small comfort, all things considered.
もう限界だろう。まともな精神状態でいられるわけがない。
ちょっと一人にしてもらえないかな。
大丈夫か？
うん。
It certainly didn't seem so. But I can't stay by her side forever.
アイロ、アビスに連絡してカウンセラーをよこすよう頼んでくれないか？
わかった。
Hopefully that turns out okay. I stayed with her for a little while, but we didn't speak. Having nothing more to say, I left. Let's go to the Matsushita Diner. Maybe we'll stumble upon that knife there. Of course, she's gonna be completely torn up. She's either gonna be, like, in denial that anything even happened, or she's gonna be, like, devastated. We'll see. The place was silent. It was so quiet I felt like I could hear the floating dust. I stepped inside. I thought it was empty, but I saw a shadow in the corner of my eye. It was Mayumi. It was like she was watching it was like watching a decaying old tree cling pathetically to the earth. Alright, time to examine this restaurant yet again. Wonder how many times I'm gonna have to do this throughout this game. I say I have to, but the game isn't forcing me. It's just my own little mind goblins forcing me. Okay. And I think that's everything over here. Wasn't there the phone as well? No. Doesn't seem like it. Doesn't seem to be there, actually, for some reason. Oh yeah, there is actually. Never mind. Got the window. Even the year is wrong. We've got this stopped clock. You know what, like, I never really considered it, but aside from just the symbolism, this also kind of shows that she's just, like, left this place in complete disrepair. She hasn't bothered, like, fixing the clock or anything. So, it's like it's a hint at what's going on with her as well. Alright, I think that's everything. Yeah, the lucky cats as well. Okay. Did I look at these? Oh, we can't. Okay. She's looking at photographs in her hand. Okay, so she seems to know something happened. I'm sorry to interrupt. About Ota. Not doing much better than Mizuki, I see.
あんたのせいだ。警察の人から聞いたよ。あんたがあのイリスって女を野放しにしたから。それでオータは事件に巻き込まれて。
だって捜査の報告書を調べてみた。どうやら真由美は今朝早くオータの死体の身元確認をしたらしい。
そうか。
悪いけど帰ってくれないか。聞こえなかったのかい？出てけって言ってるんだよ。
I mean, it's understandable.
行こ
It's like a
う。とても
totally
話ができそうな状態で
normal
はない。
reaction.
ああ、そうだな。
Alright, well, let's go to the cold storage warehouse then. I stepped into the cold storage warehouse. Yet again. The air conditioning wasn't running, but it was still cold. The temperature hadn't raised much at all. The cold air sunk into my skin, but the center of my body was burning hot. A police officer. Any progress on the investigation?
一通り現場を調べてみましたが、報告すべきことは特に。
Okay, so you didn't find a knife anywhere around here, I guess? A hook is hanging from the ceiling crane. Yeah, looks like that's not relevant this time.
かなり古いタイプのフォークリフトだな。どうやら動きそうもない。ずっとこの場所に放置されたままだったんだろう。
Don't see anything special about the forklift. Nothing in the boxes.
ほとんど物が置かれていない。
この倉庫は使われてないのか？
Nothing particularly suspicious on the shelves. I think this guy's name was Kazami? Or Kagami. Any
今の
clues?
ところ手がかりになりそうなものは何も。
Alright, bloodstain. Is this Ota's blood? If I recall correctly, in the other room, this was Ota's blood mixed with So's blood for some reason. Tyrant floor covered with ice.
ビデオカメラとノート PC だ。
We didn't get anything useful from that.
犯人はこれらを使って動画の配信を。
I think Aiba would be able to figure out like where this was bought, where it came from, anything like that.
いずれも中古業者を介して購入されたもので、その経路から犯人を特定するのは困難だ。動画の配信は倉庫内の Wi-Fi を使って行われた。
I'm surprised there is Wi-Fi.
回線の登録者は沖浦水産株式会社。だが、ルーターにはパスワードが記されていたから、それさえ見れば、誰でも使用することが可能だ。沖浦水産株式会社について調べてみた。沖浦水産は、我々が知っているあの沖浦。沖浦蓮寿の父親が、一代で築き上げた会社だ。
やっぱり沖浦と関係が。
いや、どうもそういうわけでもなさそうだ。現在の沖浦水産は、沖浦蓮寿とは何の関係もない。
You say nothing, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're not connected at all.
17年前に沖浦の父親が病死して以降、会社は別の役員が代表となって経営されている。沖浦蓮寿は株を持っていないし、経営にも関わっていない。
He might not be officially involved, but he might still have knowledge of it at least.
要するに、沖浦は父親の後を継がずに、会社を別の人物に譲渡したということだ。
Okay, so who are these other people? Why aren't we talking to them?
じゃあ犯人がここを選んだのは偶然だと？
わからん。
Yeah, okay. Got some more blood over here. Iris and Ota's blood. We've got the ice cutting machine. And the workbench. I'll look at the workbench last. Iris and Ota were sliced in two by this ice cutting machine. Iris and Ota.
イリスの死因。
Okay, yeah, I
死亡推定
didn't
時
need to
刻
see
に
that
ついては
again, thank you.
基地の事実と相違ない。例の動画は、アリバイ作りのための録画ではなく、確かにリアルタイムで配信されていた。
Right, well that confirms that.
つまりイリスの死亡推定時刻は午前3時20分前後ってことだな。
Alright.
イリスの死体には左目がなかった。
And if it's like the other victims, then I guess they probably found it inside of her. Like they forced them to eat it.
あ
証拠の時も沖浦の時もそうだったが、奪われたイリスの眼球は、今、
About the workbench.
この台の上で イリスとオータは
We
オ
really
ー
do
タの
not
死
need
亡
it.
推定時
Okay.
刻については
I thought I was
言
gonna
うまで
flash
もな
back
い
to
だ
that
ろ
again.
俺がここにやってくる直前、
う。では死因についても。
いや、それについては一つだけ気になることが。オータの脇腹には包丁で刺された跡があったんだよな。
But that didn't kill him.
ああ、
直接的な死因はどっちなんだ？包丁で刺された時にはすでに死亡していたのか、それ
確かなことはわからない。
Okay, so it might have killed him.
だがいずれにせよ、包丁による刺し傷は致命傷に近かったものと思われる。仮にこの台に乗せられた時にはまだ生きていたとしても、絶命寸前だったことは間違いない。
Alright.
そうでなければ抵抗して暴れるはずだからな。
Maybe Oda was trying to help Iris, jumping at the criminal. That led to a scuffle, and Oda ended up with a knife wound in his side. He lost all his power to fight back. He was forcibly put inside the costume, then finally cut open by the ice cutting machine.
だがなぜだ？犯人はどうしてオータに着ぐるみを？
さあな。なあだて、そろそろ外に出ないか。この倉庫は所轄の警官たちがすでにくまなく調べている。これ以上ここを捜査しても、特に
そうだな。
警官や監視機関に何か見つかったら教えてくれと頼んでおくといい。
わかった。
Alright. Okay, so let's get out of here. Oh. Well, let's say to this guy. Let me know if you find anything. I'll let them know, then left the warehouse. When I left the warehouse, I saw Pewter. So we'll talk to him next time. So until then, take care, and I will see you then. Thank you.